in a role where most people don't pass probation, we managed to get it done. I passed probation. Obviously, if you guys saw the most recent video, yeah, you guys know it was at a time where I had some work to do. It was crunch time. My manager wasn't believing in me. He was thinking, rah, I'm gonna have to fire this guy. 2 weeks left of probation. Yeah. But I was like, it's calm, man. Don't stress about it, bro. I'm gonna make it happen. And I needed a bit of time to pick things up. We managed to pick it up. Can't lie. We passed the probation. We out here now. You know what I'm saying? It's feeling good. I know I haven't been on here for a while. Happy New Year, people. It's I plan to be back a bit more. Do you know what it is? Posting on YouTube at this current point in time isn't at the highest point on my priority list, right? And I'm finding it, I'm just working on managing everything, like all of the different things I'm doing. I just dropped an album. If you guys want to hear the album, you know what? I'm gonna link the album in the description, maybe the comments, one of those. I'm telling you right now, that's the type of album where it's gonna inspire you. It's gonna start the new year right. But anyways, that's not the point in this video. The point in this video is just to let you guys know we passed the probation, to give you some, I guess just some, let me give you a life lesson of what I learned from this experience of passing the probation in, again, a space where obviously in a lot of roles, in a lot of jobs, etc., passing the probation, it's not like a madness. It's cool, it's well done, but most people pass the probation. However, in this role, most people do not pass the probation. In fact, a lot of people get probation extended and a lot of people get fired, right? But we managed to pass probation the first time, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I would say one key lesson that I'll share is, obviously I was in a situation where it was coming up close to the probation cutoff date, and there was still quite a few things that I was behind on. So it really needed to be crunch time. So one lesson that I would share from that is try to get ahead of things early where you can. Now, granted, again, this is a space that was new to me, right? And a lot of people are more experienced than me in the role who get fired, right? As in more experience on the exact role, right? Obviously, I've got experience in sales and that kind of stuff, but it's been in a different context. So I had to learn how to transfer the things over that I know and how to learn the things that I need to learn from scratch here, right? But one thing, for example, that I could have done better would be maybe just going harder in the initial. Like I was doing stuff, to be fair, maybe not even just about going harder, being more intentional in the beginning. Knowing that, okay, I've got 3 months for the probation. I want to aim to pass the probation. How can what are the best things for me to focus on now? Granted, I didn't really understand what the best things were to focus on. That was part of what I was learning, like learning about where the best places to put my energy are going to be. But I would say as much as you can, like whether this isn't just about passing probation, this is about goals that you've set. This is the new year, goals that you've set for the new year. Are you getting ahead of them now? If you've set yourself the goal of, I don't know, landing your dream job, or if you set yourself the goal of making a certain amount in your business, or I don't know, growing your YouTube or building your business, like whatever it is, yeah. What are you doing now? What are the steps that you're taking that are intentionally going to move you forwards? Because sometimes what people do is they set these goals for the new year and there isn't really a plan around them. And then they get to the end of the year. Let's say, for example, I don't know, the goal is go to the gym. Well, it wouldn't necessarily be. Let's say, for example, your goal is to land your dream job, for example. Without the intentionality and without the proper structure and focusing on the right things, you may still land a job, but at the end of the year, you might have to cross out the word dream. You might just say land a job, right? Like now you're having to change it because you didn't necessarily have the right focus. You had good intentions, but you didn't have the right intentionality. You didn't have the right focus in the right places or where it actually needed to be in order for you to actually get that specific outcome that you want. So for example, again, with the probation situation, it's like one of the things that I really had to learn, and this is like one of the things that changed and where things started to make sense, is when I started to understand a bit more about what are the right things to focus on. Because you can be putting in work. You can be putting in work and you can still get fired. You can still miss your goal. And you could be putting in the maddest work. You could be putting in more work than other people, but it's not just about how much work you're putting in. It's about, are you intentionally focusing on the right things? And you can have having the right intention isn't the same as intentionally focusing on the right things. Because having the right intention means, okay, yeah, you're trying. But in the real world, like, trying is generally not enough. It's generally not enough to get to the top percentile results. Like, you can get something, sure, but we gotta be able to understand what are the key things that we actually need to focus on. Like, where is our energy going to be best served? Because once you can identify that, it's going to be peak in a good way. Like, now I'm seeing my manager shouting me out in the group chat. He's like, yo, da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah, man. Because it's like before, again, bear in mind a few weeks ago, a month ago or whatever it is, he was thinking he was going to fire me. And he even said this because I already clocked it from the energy that he thought that. I was like, it's calm, bro. Like, he will understand soon. And guess what? He understands now. And at the end of the day, look, there's still a lot for me to learn. I'm grateful that I passed the probation, but at the same time, it's like now it's time to really like crush Q1, because Q1 now my target's like 3.5 times what it was for Q1. Sorry, for Q4, right? For last quarter. So it's like there's a lot of work to be done, but I love it. Like, I'm really excited about this opportunity, and I think another thing that I'll share with you as well is just the importance of getting resourceful, right? The importance of thinking outside the box. Because sometimes, and again, this is where like this kind of ties back to the whole idea of intentionally focusing on the right things. Sometimes in order to find what the right thing to focus on is, you need to think outside of the box. You can't just necessarily be doing what everyone else is doing. Sometimes doing what everyone else is doing can be effective. Obviously, it depends on what you're doing, right? For example, if you're trying to, I don't know, lose weight or gain muscle, whatever it is, it's like, it's a science. Do you get what I mean? But when it comes down to something like building a business or this, it's like sometimes you gotta think outside the box. Or when it comes down to excelling in your job, whatever, sometimes you gotta think outside the box to be able to identify what those right things are. And sometimes we don't put energy into the thinking. We don't put energy into trying to find the right solutions. And that's one thing I'm working on doing more as well now. I was doing some of that today, actually, just taking some actual time to look into what are some strategies that I could be missing, right? Really, really thinking about that and doing research about it. Because otherwise you're kind of just spinning your wheels, especially if you're not getting the results that you want. Obviously, persistence is key, and sometimes it could take time to get the results, but sometimes, again, it's also about, am I really putting my energy into the right places? So ask yourself today, again, with your goals that you set for the year, are you putting your energy in the right places? And the thing is, you may not even know the answer yet, but I would encourage you to continue asking that question, to continue analyzing your results, assessing your results in a month's time, in a few weeks' time, assess and see, am I moving in the right direction, or am I maybe doing something wrong? Not necessarily wrong, but could I maybe be doing something different that would get me better results? With that being said, again, I do plan to post more on this channel. We will see what the vibe is. Again, it's just because right now I'm working on balancing a bunch of different things, and now that I've passed the probation, I was locked in on the probation heavy, right? Like, just I was really like a main priority in mind. But at the same time, now I'm like, okay, we passed the probation. I still need to lock in, but I want to be able to bring other things back in, like kickboxing. I want to work on bringing that consistent, even more consistent than I was even before I started with the company that I'm at right now. I want to be able to focus on also like gym as well. Even gyms, like I haven't been prioritizing these things as highly. It's been like, you know what, sometimes that's another thing as well. I do believe sometimes it serves to get out of balance, and that's something that maybe I struggle with sometimes in my head, or thinking, oh man, but I'm lacking on this, I'm lacking on that. And I know, for example, on this channel, we speak about the balancing the different F's in life, right? But sometimes I do believe that there are times, and as I'm reflecting and seeing even through this experience, like sometimes there are times where getting out of that balance can actually serve you. I think it's good to strive for that balance. It's good to at least strive to at least be doing something in the different areas. I feel like in hindsight, realistically, I still could have done something. I didn't need to completely like go so out of balance as much as I did. But I'm not mad at the fact that I did, because now I'm like, okay, it's time to bring the balance. It's time to execute. But it is important also to not allow yourself to get so out of balance for too long, because otherwise it kind of becomes a new identity of yours, and then it's more challenging to break. Anyways, that's what we're talking about today so far. Definitely check out the album Gifted with Purpose. Outside of that, you've been tuning to Learning with Lamar. I'll catch you on the next video. You might see more videos from me. You might see, you know what I'm saying? You might see, we gonna see. I'm gonna see what I can do. Yeah, I just need to make sure I'm prioritizing the right things, so that I can excel in the things that are like important. And YouTube is also an important thing to me. But again, it's like, I need to focus also on the things that are the biggest needle movers as well at the same time, like the most important things right now. But listen, if you guys want more sauce, yeah, if you guys want me to keep dropping the bangers, you just gotta let me know. You just gotta give me feedback in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Drop me a message or whatever it is. Subscribe, up the views. That will help me see that it's actually making sense, and it will be like, okay, cool, this is something that I need to give more of a priority as well. Anyways, with that being said, you have an amazing day, my people, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.